it's just crazy because you can know the truth and you can know, I knew God loved me. I knew that I was called. I knew I had a purpose, but it was so hard to see it in those moments. I think I had just had, it wasn't long after I had my third baby that I noticed something was shifting within me. Just emotionally, mentally, I just noticed that something was different. And I just remember I hadn't experienced this with my other kids, but just feeling just sad for no reason. And just feeling like I didn't know how I could get out of it. And I remember this one day specifically. I was home with my kids and I couldn't get out of bed. I was laying in bed all day long, barely able to get out to take care of my kids, just doing the bare minimum. But I just remember just laying in bed, sobbing and not sure what was wrong with me. And I remember having to call my husband to come home because I couldn't take care of the kids in that moment. And I remember my oldest son, Avi, coming up to me and putting his hand on my face and saying, "It's okay, mommy, don't cry. You're going to be okay." And I just remember in that moment feeling like, how did I get here? Like, I'm a mom and I can't take care of my kids right now. And my son is consoling me. And this went on for a little while of just feeling depressed and feeling sad. And just later finding out that this was postpartum depression. But at the time, not knowing what it was. And I just remember my thoughts, I was a leader in the church, just being like, this doesn't happen to me. Like, this has never happened to me. Like, how did I get here? Why am I feeling this way? And I remember having the thought of just being in a meeting, and I remember we were sharing things, and I remember just sharing, I'm afraid that I'm gonna die. And everyone was just kind of like, what? And later, after digging deeper, my fear was, if I never get out of this depression, if I never move on from it, what if I'm stuck in this forever and then I eventually end my life? And so that was more of a fear for me in that moment. It's just crazy because you can know the truth and you can know, I knew God loved me. I knew that I was called. I knew I had a purpose, but it was so hard to see it in those moments. And so I think what brought me out of that was just continuing to remember who I was in Christ. And it wasn't an easy journey, but Christ was with me the entire time. This was one of my moments that Jesus gave his life for.